What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be trying to make it rather quickly, relatively quick. Try to review everything as quick as possible that occurred today. Traded really well as far as my trading went. Not didn't take too many trades. I did, however, take some really visual and good trades. Just trying to trust the setup, trust myself, and then get out for quick profits is, I think, is more or less what I'm about to be or attempting to do in the long run. Is just when I see profits, just take it all and put it in the pocket. There are a lot of people out here that hustle 9 to 5s and struggle to make ends meet, and I can come into the market and make pretty decent money in a short period of time, which is I just get caught up in seeing numbers on a screen, and I'm like, oh, that's not real. But the reality is it is real, and I just take it for granted a lot of times. So I'm about to just hone in on taking profits when it's there, taking visual trades using market generated information. Today, the market was a little grindy. It was pretty much in a grind stage. Also, I don't know why everything's kind of glitchy, so sorry about the glitchiness of the screen if you can see that. But overall, today was a bit of a grind to the upside. We failed to go trend several times. Trend meaning we failed to hold single prints. For those of you that have been following me along for quite some time, you know what single prints are. For those of you that don't, it's basically just an intraday gap or an intraday push up in a 30-minute time frame that looks like a gap on the intraday time frame. If I can try to find, we haven't had a set in quite some time, so I'm not going to be able to find any as of recent. Just goes to show you how rare actually going trend is during the intraday. We failed several times to go trend. Ended up setting up for really good opportunities late in the evening as far as the long side. Then for some reason, we decided to give it all up after setting new highs late in the evening, an L period, rotating back down to the point of control that we had at the point at G's high, which is not wide enough for us to count anything really. I don't think. I think it's 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, only 8 wide. So nothing of significance. No really wide point of control to carry forward. We'll go out today with today's low, a lowest accepted price, surprisingly. And I'll talk more about that here in a minute. An afternoon pullback low, and then a price spike, which could be potential excess. Set new highs on the year, which is positive for the buyers. We want to keep seeing that happen. So that's essentially all it was. You can see that we pushed up to these destinations I laid out in one of the last week's videos. So we do have the afternoon rally high that we pushed up to. Attempted to take shorts there early on in the day. Did not work in D period, but it did work in B and in C period. Just go over my trades real quick. I took a few shorts in A and in B periods. I made very small on them. The first one was an A against the overnight high at the time. So we'll go to my 15-minute chart here and enhance that real quick. And you can see I have it marked on my screen, the overnight high or the pre-market session, to say the least. So I took a short against that overnight high thinking, it was a good risk reward short the first time. We didn't really push up too much past it. It was 39.25 is where I was getting short, and 40 on that push up. I was out about 3 to 4 points. Wasn't really sweating it because I didn't have large size on. And then as it came in, I decided to add more size to that trade. And then I got out eventually after it came back in enough for me to get out for a good trade. Another short was in B period. After we had gone, we started a one-time frame up, and we began to push up towards that afternoon rally high. That was a reference point that I was kind of leaning on. And I really wasn't expecting us to go trend with an inside day. But we did have that lowest accepted price, meaning once A period opened up, if you can see here on my screen, you can see where A period closed, and B period, once it opened up at 42. It pushed down to 41.75. So one tick is what it pushed down, and then exploded to the upside, taking out A's high, beginning to one time frame up. So two things on in the buyer's book at the moment. They have the overnight high, and then they get one time framing up in B period. However, I wasn't expecting them to go trend and hold it. So in B period, as they pushed up, I got short around 45.75, using that 49.25 afternoon rally high as my reference. It came in, and I got out of the trade, relatively good. And then in C period, I didn't quite do anything because the range was small, and so I was looking to maybe increase my size because we had such a small range and it was an inside day. So 2 points with relatively good size could make you some decent money. So that's kind of what I was looking forward. And then I didn't do anything in C period. D period, it pushed up. I took that short in D period against the afternoon rally high. I had my stop up here at, what was it, F's high? Yeah, it was F's high that I had my stop. So I stayed in this trade for a decent amount of time. There were plenty of opportunities for me to get out at at break even, and even for like a tick or two of profit, but it just wasn't coming in quite enough. And then we decided to go trend, meaning we had for a small period of time, we did have single prints in D period. So we pushed up through that afternoon rally high. I had my stop at F's high. So in E period, once it popped that 52 level, I got stopped out of that trade, and we were holding trend at the moment. So after that, I was kind of looking for a long setup in F or in G period. If we did pull back and fill that set of single prints, I would have been looking to get long in and at where that single print filled. So let me get this afternoon rally high reference point taken out because it is no longer of use. So where I'm about to highlight is where the single prints were initially before they got filled. So if you can see, just pay attention to the right hand side of my screen. So I don't know if you can see that gap there, right? In that D period, you can see how there was nothing that traded in between that time frame, between that 47.50 and 49. So very small, but it was holding. So I was looking for us to potentially pull back, get an afternoon pullback, a low setup, which is one of my favorite setups to trade. Was looking for it to pull back. We did just that. So in F period, as it came in, I got long around 48, and then had more size that I was willing to add below, which was at 47.50 and 47. Now I got long across 4 different of the accounts. So I was long on 4 different accounts, about a 20 lot of the MES. So basically a 2 lot of ES is what I had on per each account. Now my stop was down here at 43.50. So I really wasn't expecting us to, flush down at, a good amount. Tempo was real slow. Volume was kind of weak on that push down. And then not only that, the 144 simple moving average was right around that price. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to bring it up for you. But this little dip right here that I'm about to highlight, if you're looking at the top left-hand screen. So this little dip right here was where I was getting long, just beneath the 144 simple moving average. Was looking to see if we would hold it and get back above, and that's exactly what we did. We got back above, we grinded back up towards the high, and I got out of that trade in G period at 52. So I took it from 47 up to 52 and 51. Really good trade there. Now, had I been more patient and held on to that trade, I could have definitely let this thing ride on up to the previous day's high, which is where I took my last trade. I took my last trade against that high of day in J period. Actually, I took that trade as I was not expecting us to go trend once again. Was looking for us to more or less roll over, and we kind of did that. I got out of the trade with like a 3-point profit, I think is what it was, and I only did that on one account. So it was a quick short in J period for K to pull back a little bit and get back to the point of control. So made really good on that trade. But overall, solid day for me as far as my trading goes. Ended up on the day roughly 148 points with the MES, or like 14 points with ES. So really good day as far as my trading went. Happy with how I handled it. We do continue to one-time frame up on the daily. I'll show you that in the larger picture, but for now, let's go ahead and mark our destinations. Today's low was 36.25, so you always want to have these reference points on your chart. 7/17, today's date, 23. And my job is actually only going to get more difficult when it comes to trading, because my full-time job is UPS, and we happen to be going on a potential strike, not confirmed yet. But there, the news and everything's out there talking about it, so I can as well. Potential strike with UPS, so keep an eye out on that. So that means, as far as management like myself, things are going to get tricky at work. So right here at B's low is going to be our lowest accepted price, 7/17/23. Lowest accepted price right there. Good reference points at 41.20 or 41.75. Next reference point is going to be the afternoon pullback low at 46.25. Afternoon pullback low is what we'll label 23. Boom, boom. And then we have today's hive day here at 65.75. Now, could this be potential short-term excess? Potentially. It's a good chance that it could turn out to be excess. We have yet to see. We attempted to hold a little bit of excess in B period from Friday. It failed. Same thing with M. It failed on that Thursday. So Thursday had excess, failed. Friday had a little bit of excess, failed. Today, we have excess at the highs, which basically just means one auction ends and another begins. So will this be the start of a downward sell off? Right now, everything is pointing towards no, just due to the fact that the daily continues to one-time frame up, which is a very positive thing for the buyers. All time frames are basically one-time framing up, and we'll begin to look at that here. So always good to readjust. Oh, before I forget, my brain's all over the place. Before I forget, let's go over our reference points. So today, it was almost an inside day, but we took out the previous day's high. So reference points. If we open up inside today's range, but above 46.25 and cannot get above 65.75, you would look to rotate down into that 46.25 area afternoon pullback low. Below that, you will get 41.75 lowest accepted price, right? Lowest accepted price would be the next target that buyers want to hold. And then below that would be the low of day at 36.25. If we take that out, we'll be putting the daily back into some type of balance. And how much we take out of these, how many daily lows we get, will determine what the size of our balance. So we do have 36.25, 31 as a daily low. 28.75 will be the next reference points. Then 21.25 would be that next daily low. If we take all those out with some type of aggression and push to the downside, some type of volume, you will trade down at the 45.09 9Y point of control back from the 12th of July. So just keep that in mind. And then for the upside, 45, 65, 75, today's high. Now let's go ahead and look at our larger time frames. Look at that monthly, nice and strong, been one time framing up. For me, 2 months in a row. Others may be saying it has been one time framing up for roughly 3 months in a row. Either way, we are all up in the monthly time frame. Very positive sign by taking out June's high. Now, as we come into the last few weeks of July, last couple of days of July, we do have the Feds coming up soon. To see what we do as far as rate hikes go. That may put a bit of a taper on the move to the upside coming soon. And it would not be a bad thing to come into some type of balance and see if we hold above the 4,500 to 4,300 level at some point in time. Maybe get a little bit of a back test here of that 4,300 level and hold. Would not be the end of the world. Weekly is one time framing up. Came out of that inside week to the upside. We've been one time framing up for 2 weeks in a row now. You can see here clearly how we broke out. Let me get rid of that target too, because we did already hit that. You can see how we broke out that inside week to the upside. Very good tempo on that week towards the upside. Now this week, once again, taking out last week's high, continues the one-time framing up, continues setting higher highs, higher lows. Target is that 45.8850 April of 2022 high, 45.8850. We got within 20 points of it. So let's see if we continue to push up to the upside and tag that target of 48.8850. Plenty of time left in July to get that done. Now let's go ahead and look at our daily. Daily continues to one-time frame up. However, something to note is the volume has been kind of dropping off, and our extension above previous day's high have been, look at these wicks down, right? We've been finding some pretty aggressive sellers towards the late end of the week. So could this be firms, getting out of their positions, swing traders getting out of their positions, potential. So one-time framing up continues. However, this hammer is looking kind of nasty, and we could potentially roll over, put the daily back into some type of balance, whether it's a 4-day or a 5-day balance, including this day, back test the 4,500 level and consolidate for a period or two longer, and let that 20-day moving average creep on up. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hold on, we do have that gap down here as well. Gap will be in the main focus, and then that retest of the previous balance high would be in focus as well. So if we do take out a daily low, how much we get out of it and what we include will kind of determine whether or not we get into this gap at all. So with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you guys stay positive, keep grinding. For those of you that are out there grinding, find a positive mentor like I've found for myself. If you guys do not know who Paul Asmar is, I truly believe you guys should check him out. Check out his YouTube channel. Great guy, great mentor. He's been a mentor of mine for the past 2 years, and will soon be going to meet up with him in his home, where he lives in South Carolina. So he provides an opportunity for us to go and meet him and trade with him live in an actual, with him there, and kind of get a little bit more in depth. So not very many Discord rooms out there that allow such a thing. So definitely go check him out if you haven't. I'll leave a link in the description below for his channel. Once again, have a wonderful day. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya.